and welcome to Prime Business. My name is Emma Davis. Tonight we begin with some sad news as the Ministry of Finance has confirmed the demise of the Deputy Finance Minister, Dr. John Kumah. According to a statement issued by the ministry, Dr. John Kumah was a valuable member of the leadership, driving reforms to restore macroeconomic stability and transformation. My colleague George Wiafe joins me in studio, and he brings us excerpts of the statement. Hi, George.
Hi, Emma.
Yes, can you tell us?
So earlier you tried to highlight some of the things that was said in this statement that was issued by the Ministry of Finance. And if you go through, it said the Ministry of Finance expresses its profound sorrow at the sudden passing of our Honorable Deputy Minister of Finance and Member of Parliament for Issu, that is Dr. John Kumah. That is today, 7th of March, 2024. It says since January 2021, Dr. John Kumah had been a valuable member of the leadership, driving the reforms to restore macroeconomic stability and economic transformation. At this point or this period, we join Ghanaians and several well-wishers who are still in shock to pray for divine comfort for the beloved wife, children, and family. May the dear and gentle soul find external rest in the bosom of our Lord Jesus Christ. And Demifadri, Honorable John Kumah. And this is a statement that has been officially issued by the Ministry of Finance. Also, it means that this confirms, because earlier there were still rumors about whether he's gone or not, getting that official confirmation. You had the presidency issued a statement, you had the vice president issued a statement, and now you've seen that if you go on the handles of several members of parliament, they've also confirmed the demise of Dr. John Kumah, the Deputy Minister of Finance at the Ministry of Finance.
You've been doing this for a very long time. Can you give us some hints of who will probably be filling his shoes?
It will be quite difficult, whether indeed you know that there have been complaints about there are too many ministers. Will the president still want to nominate someone to replace him? But still talking about the person, John Kumah, that we at the business desk here work closely with him at the Ministry of Finance. See, I'm going to host the program at 9 p.m. Express Business Edition just about an hour from now. He had been on that show for more than 4 times. It tells you that even getting him to be on the show, trying to get him, and at a time when sometimes some of the issues are so controversial and you think that every government official will shine away, John Kumah will make himself available for the debates and discussions. Very affable, humble, willing to engage you, willing to explain issues to you, hardworking. There was a point in time that we were hosting the show and he was supposed to be on, and about 10 minutes to time, we're still not getting him, And I was worried that, listen, you are the main guest for this show. We have tried. Later he called it, listen, I'm almost here, don't worry. I was caught up in official duties, but I gave you my word and I'm going to be here. And that is the person that you've been engaging. We at Joy Business here, been engaging in being the Deputy Minister of Finance. When it comes to entrepreneurship, if you look at the Ghana Enterprises Agency, there were a lot of entrepreneurship projects, and just like what the statement said in the Ministry of Finance statement, that he led a lot of reforms when it comes to entrepreneurship, startups, and he was there launching the program. He was all over, and he saw entrepreneurship as one of his babies. That, listen, if you try and stabilize the economy, the entrepreneurs will grow. And that was something that he was very, very, very passionate about. And listen, it's not because in our culture, they'll tell you that you don't say a bad thing about the dead. But listen, in terms of the working relationship that we had with him here at Joy Business, it's difficult to paint out any bad thing or any challenge where you call him, he will not pick your call or something. He's going to return your call. He's going to get his guys to get in touch with you and explain all these things to you. So that is the person we here at Joy Business, we were engaging every time to get information, to be on our shows, as in the person, Dr. John Kumah.
We hope he rests in peace. Meanwhile, economist Dr. Patrick Issu has eulogized late Deputy Finance Minister Dr. John Kumah, saying he was someone who was able to strongly defend government's revenue policy measures.
I have a few personal friends from that part of town, and they speak very well of him. our personal interest is simply because we've gone to the same school and we want to know how somebody from our school who has risen to that to be a big part of the government, how they are doing. And people really spoke well of him, of the kind of work that he did in his constituency. Like I said, I didn't really know him personally. I don't think, apart from a few interactions on appearing on some TV shows, I never met him again since school. But because we went to the same school, you always get to know about his progress, and then you know that he was well liked in his constituency. I'm sure when you speak to people in his constituency, they will tell you. But it's a really sad loss, and I have to use this medium to express my deepest condolences, especially to the wife and the children. For me, much of what I've known about him outside of student leadership has been what he has done in this current government. I think I overheard George saying that he was very upfront. I think when you engage, especially, I do remember during the e-levy debate when it appeared that at some point the e-levy was very unpopular, and many of the ministry officials were probably reluctant to speak. But you always hear him being willing to engage and then speaking. He was willing to take on the tough discussions and tough debates. That's something that you remember him for.
All right.
I mean, you would always not agree with him, but he will argue his point.
Moving on from this sad story, the Ghana Association of Banks, Treasury Warehouse, and the Judicial Service are embarking on a stringent move to support judges of the High and Supreme Court to appreciate financial issues in adjudicating cases. Speaking to Joy Business at a short ceremony to open the training program, Chief Executive of the Ghana Association of Banks, John Ewa, assured that banks will collaborate with the judiciary in assuring a resilient financial environment. Here's more.
The Judicial Service has played a critical role in the banking sector since the beginning of the cleanup exercise, which witnessed many shareholders and depositors seeking redress in the courts. According to the Chief Executive of the Ghana Association of Banks, there is a need for judges and members of the judiciary to understand the financial markets and apply the laws accordingly. The training program is also expected to address concerns related to non-performing loans in the sector. Here is John Ewa speaking to Joy Business after the opening.
Disputes, do arise in business relationships, and when they do, where do we go for resolution? We go to the court, and that is why we find it as necessary that where knowledge needs to be deepened or where there are new areas, we are able to bring our judges up to speed on some of the emerging new knowledge and new financial products and this legal consequences for them to understand. Once they understand, then they will be in a position to also adjudicate when there are disputes.
In her remarks, the Chief Justice Gertrude Saki Tokonu urged participants in the training to broaden their knowledge of the sector to help expedite justice in the financial space.
Judges in Ghana, therefore, and especially those of you on the High Court's Commercial Division bench, need to enhance your knowledge, and all of us need to enhance our knowledge in this extremely significant new challenge of the market and every new challenge of the market. On my part as head of the judiciary and judicial administration, I find this intervention from the Treasury Warehouse and from the Association of Bankers extremely exquisite, extremely relevant, and extremely timely, and I'm extremely grateful for it. I don't know how many extremists I have to say, but I am extremely happy.
More stakeholders are expected to benefit from the training, which is sponsored by the Ghana Association of Banks and the Treasury Warehouse.
Rural Bank will make history if it is able to achieve its target of 1 billion cedis in deposit mobilization. The bank closed 2023 with a customer deposit of 780 million cedis, a basis for the increase in the target for this year. To achieve the target, the bank is focused on the expansion of its client base while supporting clients to improve their operations. Nanaya Ojima has more.
The Amenfima Rural Bank has consistently recorded an increase in revenue mobilization over the years. From 401 million cedis in 2021, there was significant growth in revenue mobilization to 557 million cedis in 2022. A significant rise of 225 million cedis was recorded by the close of 2023, leading to the 1 billion cedis target setting. Chief Executive Officer Dr. Alexander Asma says building strong ties with clients and supporting them to expand their businesses remain important to achieve targets.
Two things that we do: we expand the number of clients that work with us, and then we make sure that we do more with each client that work with us. So you can have a customer that you call him your customer. The customer is making daily contribution we call Issu. He's contributing, let's say, 200 cedis a day, but the customer makes a sales of 40,000 a day. So where does the 40,000 go to after giving you 200 cedis? So he may be your customer, he gives you 200, you are comfortable, but I'm coming for the 40,000.
The private sector, consisting mainly of micro, small and medium enterprises, are faced with difficulties in securing funding for expansion. Mr. Asma explains the bank's support to the sector.
Why? Because we have come to realize that, we talk politically, private sector is the engine of growth. But the attention to the private sector has to be deliberate. And for us in financial institutions, the key thing that we are managing is risk. Because the funds that you are lending to somebody, it's not your funds, it's for another customer. And that fund is payable on demand. When the customers come in, they want their money, you won't tell them you gave someone and they should wait. They have to be given their money immediately. Because of that, you need to manage the risk. And we are able to do this well because we've come to realize that when you sit down with the client and you understand them, you can measure their risk better than when you are far off and they are telling you their story.
Meanwhile, the Amenfima Rural Bank is deepening its presence in the Ashanti region by establishing a new branch in the Central Business District of Kumasi.
So we are pleading that given that the quality of staff has improved in the rural banking sector, and given that there is a requirement for banks to mop up capital, to mop up resources from the whole economy, rural banks must be prepared to do that kind of job.
The executive director of Synex Tanks, Karan Budrani, says the company's strategic expansion into the northern region market is a testament of its excellent product tailored to meet customer demands. Speaking at the Synex Agents events, he acknowledged the enormous efforts of its partner agents nationwide, whose contributions have been indispensable to the success of the brand.
The Synex group of companies is not only interested in producing quality and affordable product for the good people of Ghana and beyond, but is also concerned with the well-being of individuals who contribute to the success and growth of the brand nationwide. This was demonstrated at the Synex Agent event organized in Accra to honor and celebrate agents who have over the years demonstrated loyalty and commitment. Speaking on the sidelines of the event, the executive director of Synex Tanks Ghana, Karan Budrani, disclosed that the brand's growth strategy calls for effective collaboration amongst agents across the regions.
Some people believe that bringing agents together might actually sabotage each other, but we believe teamwork is stronger than individual work. We believe that the tanks are required all over Ghana, and we want to open a factory in Tamale, which will be opening next month. That will support the northern sector of the northern belt of Ghana. And we believe this will also help reduce the costs to make it very affordable for the northern sector. We have ranges from 100 liters to 25,000 liters. soon expanding even bigger than that. Our quality is the same nationwide. Our price is the same nationwide, no matter where you buy a tank. From all our 400 agents, it's all the same price. From Accra all the way to Paga, Novrongo, all the way to the end.
Joy Business also spoke to some of the Synex dedicated agents.
Some people come and they said they want, tanks white inside, but it's not just ordinary white, it's coated. And the durability is also special. Very, special. And, they have something called guarantee. Some other tanks, they don't give, guarantee. They only give warranty.
Some people will just arrange some blocks and put the tanks on. And it's a plastic and it's a molding. So if you don't have a flat and a firm platform, the tank will not last. So we at our point also educate them. And the feedback has been very, very fantastic. And in any extreme case, if you have issue with the tanks you buy, we just change it for you. The warranty is working. We just change, even when it's exceeded 7 years, and we feel that it's a genuine concern, we just change it for you. So the feedback from the customers has been good.
Synex Containers Ghana Limited was established in the year 1992. The company was established as a plastic manufacturing company on a small scale with a vision to become an acknowledged first-class company and a leader in precision customer service with a preeminent reputation for quality and performance.
Financial institutions have been urged to aid in creating a supportive business environment for local firms to thrive. Chief Executive Officer for Casona Global Imaging, John Chibu, bemoaned the rate at which local businesses struggle to access credit from banks, hence called for more innovative ways for banks and other financial institutions to support these businesses.
I don't have the qualification to speak to anything related to government. I'm a lawyer. I've been practicing tax law for 32 years. What do I know about government? But I do know one thing. Because I'm a tax lawyer, I know business code. I know it well. As a businessman, I can talk to you. As a businessman, I think that our financial institutions has a big role to play in making Ghana self-sufficient in the life-saving tools I've been talking about. If a man goes to a bank and the bank says, I need all the land you have, I need the home you have, in fact I need your firstborn too, and you pay me 45% of what you make, you've already, you've dampened his enthusiasm. He's not going to be able to do it. He has no control over how many patients are going to walk through his door. How does he know he's going to make enough money to give to you? I don't know if any of you read The Merchant of Venice.
On today's episode of Entrepreneur in You, Dr. Maxwell Ampon takes us through some few job-seeking tricks one must have in mind whenever going for an interview.
Hello. In the ever-evolving landscape of the modern job market, job seekers find themselves facing various challenges. From deciphering cryptic interviewer questions to standing out in a sea of applicants. And before you say an employer does not know how it feels like, we are all hunting for something. You are hunting for a job, I'm hunting for a contract. There are universal experiences that we hunters share. So hunters like you and I have to share our insights, our strategies, and our experiences navigating this maze with authenticity and resilience. For instance, every interviewer at some point encounters a bizarre question or experience that leaves them bewildered. Like, if you were an animal, what would you be? How has that got to do with my professional experience? But the scenario is not too far-fetched, is it? Recognizing that these experiences are not unique to you, but rather a shared aspect of the modern job search, can offer a sense of solidarity and comfort. It's still challenging to play a game without knowing all the rules, and it still helps to remember that you are not playing this game alone. Interviews can often feel like a stage where candidates have to perform. This performativity stems from trying to get the answers right, which in reality, aside your professional achievements, is highly subjective. The key to navigating this aspect of job seeking is to embrace authenticity. Honest responses not only set you apart, but also ensures a mutual fit between you and your potential employer. Because you have to remember that the goal is to find a position where you can truly thrive and where you can truly fit in. We have also all experienced or heard of those interview questions that leaves you questioning the interviewer's sanity. Like recently, a friend of mine was asked by an interviewer, "Can you rate me from 1 to 10? Insane, right? These questions can throw you off balance, but the trick is to respond with grace and, where appropriate, the touch of humor. These questions offer an opportunity to practice how you handle unexpected situations. So take them in stride, because you cannot control the interviewer, but you can control your narrative. An interview is as much an opportunity for you to evaluate your employer as much as it is an opportunity for your employer to evaluate you. So pay attention during the interview process. High pressure tactics, disrespectful questions, or a lack of transparency are all red flags. Try to keep in mind that if this is what they will do when they are hiring you, imagine how they'll treat you when they are paying you. So keep sharing. Keep well.
Brought to you by Africa School of Entrepreneurship.
That's how we draw the curtains tonight on Prime Business. I am Emma Davis. For more business news, do log on to myjoyonline.com. I leave you with international business.